Pitch to Pro is the official podcast of Ozark United FC. This will be our platform to tell our story about the club and the special place that we call home, Northwest Arkansas. This is a journey. We want to bring you along for the ride. We'll share what's going on behind the curtain, help educate the community at large about soccer, our league, and give updates on the progress of the club along the way. Together, we'll explore and unpack our journey to professional soccer, the magic that is NWA, our community, and talk all things soccer from on the pitch to behind the scenes, telling the story of our club. Pitch to Pro podcast is proudly sponsored by podcastvideos.com. Podcastvideos.com is Northwest Arkansas's premier podcast recording studio. Equipped with industry-leading equipment, the recording studio and services save you time, money, and hassle. They are dedicated to helping you create, record, and publish high-quality podcasts for your audience. Be sure to check them out today at podcastvideos.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Pitch to Pro podcast. I'm your host, Wes Harris, Managing Director for Ozark United FC, Northwest Arkansas's professional soccer club, playing in the United Soccer League. We are super lucky today, ladies and gentlemen. We have the University of Arkansas forward, Miss Bella Field, joining the show today. Bella, welcome, and thanks for chatting with me.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So before we jump in and talk about all things footy, let's just get to know you a little bit. Like, talk a little bit about your background, where are you from, all that.
I'm was born in Denver. I moved out to Kansas City when I was around 10 years old. Played soccer since I was 5. Grew up playing at Real in Colorado, one of the bigger ECNL clubs. And then I went over to Kansas City and crazy drop off. When I got there, it was soccer. Like, soccer wasn't booming in Colorado like it is now when I was back there. So when I got here, like, it was a complete different switch, like completely different style of soccer. So I ended up at Sporting, played there for a couple of years, and then I went to Kansas City Rush. And we played in the NPL and Heartland, which is like the local league. And it was really good for me. Like, that was a very good change. I had a really solid coach at the time. And then ended up going back to Sporting and committed to Arkansas in 8th grade. Went back through the process again to just recommit back again in junior year of high school. And and then I got here in January of 2023 and have loved it ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how did you find the game? How did you find soccer? I always ask people this question. Is like, you're in it now. Yeah. Like, you live and breathe it. So how did you get introduced to it? How did the game find you?
Yeah, I kind of grew up with ADHD. And soccer is one of the main sports to be like, okay, put your kid in this if they have ADHD. So I would sit at a table, like, I vividly remember it, but I would sit at a table and like I'd have a ball under my feet and I would like kick it against the wall while I'm doing my homework. And it's just things like that. Like, all the other sports like fizzled out. Like, I did like t-ball and I couldn't even do volleyball because I couldn't stand still for that. Like, it was just a mess. And they were like, you know what, this is the one that works best. Like, throughout high school, like, I played lacrosse, I ran track, I played basketball, but like soccer just stuck the most because it was like, I had such an odd passion for it, like at such a young age, just being like, I scored a goal, like things like that. So I think that's mainly why it stuck, is just like the love I had for the sport grew so much and so much.
Did your parents play, or your friends? Like, how did that work?
My mom played like in middle school and she was a goalie. Like, but neither, like, my dad like played like professional baseball and like stuff like that, but it wasn't ever like they knew much about soccer. But like, both my parents are super into sports. Like, my mom's a little more into sports than you think like most would be, like, especially like football and sports like that. But it's super awesome. Like, they are so invested in like my sport and like me playing, and like they're always like, we don't care what you play, like, we just want you to be happy. And I guess soccer was the main one for me.
Soccer was the thing.
Yeah, sure was.
No, it's a lot of fun. So talk a little bit, I mean, you kind of talked about it, but talk a little bit more about kind of your soccer journey and navigating that as a player. Like, right now we have just soccer's booming and it's great and it's growing. at the same time, I think it's never been more convoluted and just confusing.
Yeah.
So like talk a little bit, I always ask this of players that have kind of made that journey to the high levels. Like, what was your journey through it? I know you kind of named some of those teams, but there's some ups, and then you kind of talked about like you took a step back for a second, and like that was a good thing for you. So talk more about that.
Yeah. So originally started like 5s through like 10 was just like local leagues, like things like that. And then when I got to Kansas City, I ended up being on the 4th team, like things like that. Ended up working my way up, and then ended up playing in DA. And we were the pilot team for DA, and that was first year of DA disaster, And after that, it was also the rules where like you're 14 years old, and if you got subbed off, you couldn't go back in the game.
Yeah.
Like things like that.
Yeah.
I was not well at that. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't a player that was like, I'm going to go do fitness outside of practice to make sure I can keep playing in the game. No. But after that, I was like, I need a switch. Like, I can't do DA. I'm not progressing as a player. So that's when I went to Kansas City Rush. And that was awesome. That club is awesome. They're across the entire United States. Like, they're really cool. And the whole thing with that was, it was basically a switch. I went to go be with a coach that was there, and he completely transformed my game. Like, he made me the player I am today.
That's awesome.
And while I was there, we played, like I said, we played in NPL, like we played in lower leagues. Like, I came from DA compared to like these other leagues, and it did build my confidence a ton, and it was great until I came to Arkansas for a camp. And that's when they first saw me. We talked, like, they really, really liked me. And then they asked like who I played for. And I was like, oh, Kansas City Rush. And they're like, that's not gonna fly. And I was like, okay, like, that's fine. Like, this club has done so much for me. I think it's okay. So then after that, went out to Sporting Blue Valley. And we played in the GA League. We played in the ECRL. We played in ECNL. Like, we had a trip once where we played in GA playoffs in California, and then flew from California to Florida to play in the ECRL playoffs. Like, it definitely has progressed a ton. And my favorite thing to like talk about is that like you can be seen without having to play in ECNL and GA. Like, I was seen playing NPL, and that was just because I went to one of their camps. And like, the best thing is like, as much as you can like put yourself out there, like, I understand like you're not going to see many like D1 coaches at NPL showcases and things like that. But just being able to like show interest in them, going to their camps or sending out emails, like, it definitely is a huge game changer.
That's awesome. And I think is extremely valuable to hear someone at your level talk about like the different journeys. I mean, like, it is not a linear like path for a lot of people. Players like you were like, I was on the 4th team, like, and now you're a top 10 program in the country. Right. Like, I think it just like, we need to remind, especially coaches, parents, like in the game, and even players, like, there are no professional 11-year-olds.
Not even close.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there just aren't. And who is running around dribbling through people on the field at 11, 12, 13 are not the same ones that are getting the looks and starting or whatever at 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's sure some, but like, it changes so much. And I think your comment about your parents and their just attitudes, like, I don't care what you play, I just want you to have fun. I just want you to have fun. Are you in a good environment? Are you having fun? Are you developing as a human being? And I think we've kind of lost the plot in the US a lot with youth sports, not just soccer. So it's really refreshing to hear a perspective like that. So because it kind of is the counter narrative that like we need, 20 hours of one-on-one training and all this stuff on top of it. It's like, no, just go have fun.
Yeah. Just do what you want to do. It'll be fine.
I love that. So talk then, you know, you made it to NWA, you made it to the U of A, playing for Mr. Colby Hale. Shout out to Colby. Yeah. Hi, Colby.
What a guy.
So talk about it. What is it like being at a D1 top 10 program?
I think Arkansas is such a different program than every other program in the country. Like, you will get transfers that come here, and they're obviously, Colby is very, very brutally honest in the recruiting process. Like, he's like, you're going to hate it for a second, and then you're going to love it. And the harder times are going to be way less compared to like you raising an SEC trophy and things like that. That, yes, it is super hard playing here because he asks of his players that no one asks in the entire country, and even pro teams. Like, he asks more of his players, but he asks us things to do that he knows we can do. It's never like something that's so out of the picture that it's like you're reaching for something, but he's like, I've seen you do it. I know you know how to do it. It's why I recruited you. And he really, truly, like, he does believe in his players. And that's super awesome. Like, it's the main reason I came here is he's like, we want you. Like, we're not just picking you up to pick you up. Like, we want you here. And like he said before, like, to other people, he's like, Bella was made to be a Razorback. And honestly, I think every single one of the players on our team is. And he does very much so recruit very well. And the girls that come in, like, we all have the same personality. And like, we talk about all that, where it's like, you come into Arkansas and like, we call it a soccer team. Like, we're not a family, but like, the types of connections you make here are so much different compared to any other program. So especially when we have transfers and freshmen come in, like, they're always like, this is not what I expected. Like, it's way more. Like, it's greater than what I expected.
Yeah.
And we've had girls come from like great programs, and girls leave because just it sometimes is not the right fit for a lot of people.
Sure.
And he's very like open about that. He's like, there's 360 teams in the country that you can go play for. I'm sure one of them is a fit, but like, this is what we do. This is what it is. Like, if you can't do it, if you don't want to do it, that's the main thing. Don't be here. So, and he's very clear and concise about that. But our biggest thing is winning. And like, I love winning. So like, as much as like we can be like as a team winning together, it really is great. And like, it's our biggest thing is like, how can we win the day at practice? And like, you play how you practice, and like you'll win a national championship in February. Like, that's the things we talk about is like, it's a matter of how you prep yourself for the SEC, the non-conference, the tournament. Like, yes, we have these huge goals, especially like our next few are Final Four, national championship. Like, those are a few things we haven't done yet. And that's our biggest focus this spring is like the process. Like, how are we bettering ourselves when it's late November and your legs are tired, but it's either you're win or you're done. Yep. So it's a big thing that has been going around our team recently. It's just like, it's all about the process right now.
So sounds like, you know, how do I want to say it? You guys have a very unique, obviously, coach, obviously. But you also have a bunch of players, staff bought into what sounds like a very unique culture that maybe pushes you to places that like you didn't necessarily think about when you were coming in and trying to like, I'm going to play D1 soccer.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, my freshman year, like, I came in like early. Like I said, I came in the spring, and I was like, not like scrawny. Like, I lifted throughout high school and things like that. But the switch up between the two of like going from like high school soccer to, at the time, playing with fifth years and COVID years. Yeah. It was totally different. And I think that was a great thing for me, is being able to play with like B. Franklin, Hannah Pottigill, Dava Tankersley, like those girls that went on to go do bigger things. And like, it was so great as a 17-year-old to be playing with a 22-year-old and like, just like the mental like focus, like as I've been playing throughout Arkansas, like I've been trying to figure out ways of how I can like develop myself to be a pro, even at the college level.
Yeah. That's awesome. No, you hit some big names there.
Yeah.
Several of them are all, they're all killing it.
Yeah.
And just doing incredible things. So, talk about, you mentioned it a little bit, like kind of that jump and one of the differences was like the weight room and the mentality and the culture and just like, I'm sure that was a bit of a shock, right? So what's the difference? Like you go through this, everybody wants to play high level. They throw out the alphabet soup, whatever it is, and they want to go here and get seen, and then they go to D1. What is that jump? What is the biggest difference that you see that's like either you have to be ready for or you see people struggle with, or like what is that delta? What is that difference?
Yeah. The biggest thing when I came in was commercial breaks on the field. Like there's no stop as much as there is in ECNL compared to college. Especially when I got here, that was my biggest thing. It's like, how can I take less commercial breaks? Like a throw-in is not a commercial break. A corner is not a commercial break. And while I was going through that like switch, like the weight room is very big. The speed of play is much quicker, especially going from ECNL to SEC soccer. Like SEC compared to the ACC they're both very different styles of soccer, but the speed of play does not switch between the two conferences. Like we played Duke, we played Notre Dame, like we played those teams that are high up in the ACC, and we didn't feel underprepared. I think we didn't hit the expectations we wanted to hit during those games, but it is a very different switch between like you get here and you got to grow up, and you got to grow up quick. Yeah. I think that was a big thing. Like we've had multiple girls come in early. Like my class, there was 10 of us that came in early.
Oh, wow.
And that is where I think is going to be a switch in college soccer, college football, a ton of just coming in early, because you get that time to get in the weight room, get your fitness up, figure out how to play at a high speed without having to play your first non-conference game against like Notre Dame, like things like that.
Yeah.
And we do this thing in the spring where we play the club boys team. And if we do good, Colby finds a way to make it harder next time. Like he doesn't want us to succeed, because succeeding is so hard to do that once we do it, we want to be like, all right, that wasn't as hard as we expected. Let's somehow make it harder so we're prepared for the next thing.
Yeah. No, that's good insight. Totally fair. I think it's always about challenging yourself and keeping that mindset. So that's really cool though, to think through. It will be interesting, like how many players can start to come in. Athletics is just so different than just going to school.
Absolutely.
Like, and what are some things that, any policymakers out there can do to change the regs up to make that easier.
There's going to be something switched real soon.
So, you talked a little bit about it when you talked about emailing people and showing interest in them and not just relying on leagues and different names or tournaments or things like that to get noticed. But we've talked a lot about the pathway, about the different leagues, about your journey, about playing college. What advice do you have for young girls out there that just want to play at a high level and are kind of like, how do I navigate this right now?
Yeah. My sister's currently going through it, so I'm seeing it firsthand.
Okay, there you go.
But it's very much so, I think people at showcases and games, when coaches are there, are trying to be the standout player. When the plays that they see are the players that are setting people up and moving behind the scenes. Like they're trying to find the players that are doing more work than what it seems like. Like they want to see players that are moving off the ball more often. And those things that you can fix are literally just like extra fitness. And I was not one in high school at all to be like, let me go run some fitness. But especially like now, like I see how much of a factor it plays, especially in college sports in general. Like all college sports, the fitness level compared to high school is very different. That's why you have off-season conditioning and all those things. But a big thing I would say is figure out the style of soccer you want to play that style, and then look at the schools that play that style. I think there's too many girls that try to conform themselves into a type of player the coaches want to see instead of the type of player they truly are. And I think that's a big thing, especially with recruiting. Like, the transfer portal is such a big thing now that you can go in as a JUCO player, a D3 player, a D2 player, develop your skill, and go D1. Like, we've had girls that have came from NAIA, JUCO, D2 schools that are now like our starting lineup. And they change our team. And everyone's process is so much different. And as much as you can keep yourself from comparing to other players, I think that's a huge thing, is that you hear all the time, we're like, oh, this person committed here, oh, this person committed here. When it's like, you either can bloom early, like how I did, or you can bloom late and be just fine. Like, coaches are constantly recruiting at every single age level. Like, the biggest thing is to keep progressing yourself on and off the field. It's also a huge thing of how is your body going to be set up to play in these games. I think that's a big thing in high school. I wish I took it a little more seriously, is like how I eat. And it's not like I need to be like no carbs, like nothing like that. Like, carbs is what fuels your body. And that's a big thing, is like eat more than you think you should, because especially like if you're eating like healthy foods, like that's what your body needs. And we like to talk about it like your body is a machine. It needs the proper fuel. And that happens at a young age too, especially in females, where your body is developing at this time, and you especially need to like figure out ways of like, how can I progress while also going through a huge change in my life?
Massive ton to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, I really like all of the things that you just said. One, in particular, thematically, is just be yourself. Don't worry about everybody else.
Yeah. It's a huge thing.
Whether it's players, coaches, be yourself. And I loved when you said, don't conform yourself to programs that you think you want to play for, or whatever, or is prestigious, or, find the one that understand yourself, understand your style of brand of soccer, understand how you fit into that system, and understand where is a place that's going to allow me to flourish, and I'm going to be additive and complementary and all those things.
Yeah.
I think you can take that to almost anything in life where you are, to keep college thematically here, looking for a school.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not a D1 athlete or an athlete at all, and you're just looking for a school,
yeah,
or you're looking for a job, and you're evaluating different companies and bosses, I think there's so much there. If you're a younger player and you're looking at different clubs in the area,
yeah,
and there's, the coaches, they all kind of do about the same in terms of level, in terms of leagues, in terms of coaching. Okay, cool. Where does it feel like home to me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So it's really refreshing to hear that. And it's good to hear that it, you see that at even at the highest level. Right. Yeah. So I think that's awesome. And 100%, I still don't think about, I need to eat.
Yeah.
I always try to eat better. Metabolism slows down as you get older, fam. But
shucks.
But it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Talk about it. It's almost like a full-time job, right?
Yeah. Like, and especially like right now, like I'm going through the process of rehabbing my body. So that is a huge thing I'm going through, is trying to figure out how can I get high proteins, high carbs. And I'm not cutting out like the sweets, like a healthy balance. I think that's a big thing that especially female athletes tend to do, is they see something that's probably fake, and they decide to try and really lean into that when it's not the proper fuel. It's not what you need. And especially just in women in general, like there's this social idea of what you're supposed to look like. And as athletes, like you're not going to look like that. And your body is a machine. Like any women's sports, like you're supposed to look built. You're supposed to be strong. Like it's okay if your legs are bigger than a guy's legs. Like it's sick. It really is. And just things like that where I'm like, when I see a girl like built and like looks like strong and stable, I'm like, you go girl, because that's it.
Yeah.
So things like that where like, especially we have a ton of girls going through rehab right now. Just like this season was pretty brutal, but did us in for sure. But everyone right now, like we do a really good job of like, especially like for other like college teams or like even just teams in general, like high school teams, like we'll do like a dinner once a night as like a big group of us.
That's nice.
And things like that where it's like, okay, everyone can pitch in however much. You're not having a whole lot of leftovers because everyone's eating.
Right.
But it helps, like my house does it. Like I have a roommate, Kennedy Ball, who she's a cook. Like she cooks. And like we all go over, she has soup. Like she cooks real good food. And like,
what's your favorite thing she cooks?
She has this really good chicken gnocchi soup. And it's so good.
That sounds baller.
Yeah. She had this rice dish with like leeks. I'm like, I've never heard anyone use a leek in like their meal. I was so shocked. And she's like, yeah, I got some leeks. We're like, what? But it was actually like really good. I was like, it's like a radish.
Okay.
Kind of. I was like,
shout out to Chef Kennedy.
Chef Kendi. What a queen. Seriously.
That's awesome. I love that. Like, you talked about rehab. What can players start doing now? Maybe like, and I don't want to go too crazy. Yeah. Like, my 8-year-old, 9-year-old doesn't need to necessarily.
She doesn't need to be hand cleaning at the right age of 8.
Yeah,
no.
But, at what point do you think it would have been beneficial for you to start thinking a little bit more about it? Maybe not as regimented as you are now, but maybe thinking a little bit more about it. Yeah. And especially the rehab part and recovery, not rehab, recovery, yeah. I think is the right word to use here. Because so many people focus on getting themselves to the game and not what happens after.
Yeah. That was a big change going from high school to club high school to college, because you can play in a high school club game, run however many meters and be just fine to go play. That's why you have 3-day showcases. You played 3 games in 3 days. You can't really do that in college. If you're, I'm tired on Sundays when we play Thursday, Sunday. So it's definitely changed, especially the biggest things we say are eat, hydrate, recover. And our recover is how much you sleep. Sleep is a huge factor. And I didn't really take sleep seriously until I was like, oh, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And all the freshmen, they come in and they're like, I'm eating like 4 or 5 meals a day. Is that normal? Like, yeah, it is. Your appetite's going to raise a little bit.
Yeah.
But especially right now, that what I'm going through is trying to figure out ways to give my body grace, but also pushing it.
Yeah.
And I've never had to deal with the surgery, and I had 2 this season. And afterwards, I tried to find the strength in it. And I'm a firm believer in Christ, and that was a big thing for me, was being able to lean on that. But also I leaned on my teammates a lot.
Yeah.
And they were super helpful and just being like, you got it. You're strong. Our trainer, Dawn, awesome. She helps us so much. She truly is what keeps our team going. especially this year. But she definitely is like, she's one of the main hearts of our team.
That's awesome.
But in the recovery aspect, never drank so many protein shakes in my life. Absolutely. Like those things, like, although they say they're like some are bad for you, we drew the Fairlife ones. They're great. And they taste great. It tastes like chocolate milk. But
it's a staple in the Harris household.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love me a good chocolate milk. But the biggest thing is like eating. Like we come off the field, we come off like seeing our parents and everything, and we already have meals in there. Like getting a meal after however many calories you just burned, probably around like 2,000, is so important, because then your muscles, they're just like sitting there in lactic, starving. And that's how you feed them and repair all the little fibers that have been stretched out in the time of chaos.
Yeah. This is fascinating. Like, do they sit you down and like teach you guys this stuff, like the sports science of it?
Yeah. So we had a dietitian. We called him Ben Dietitian because we had a Ben manager, but Ben Dietitian just really rolled off the tongue well. But he was awesome. And he taught us, he would bring us in and like do a little, like, even just like a small little like presentation.
Yeah.
But he created such a good relationship with all the girls that we all were like, hey, can you like help me make a meal tonight? Like just like be like, do you have a recipe I could use? And like we would always go in and be like, Ben, guess what we made last night? Like all of those things where it's like we had such a good relationship with our dietitian because he put effort in. And he was also the dietitian for baseball. And we obviously know those guys just being in like the athletic facilities together.
Sure.
But you could tell like he put a lot of like effort into like his players. And it's awesome. Like the coaching staff, the player care staff, like who we have, like truly are like the top of the line. Like
that's awesome.
It's tough to find people that care as much as our coaches do.
That's great. That's awesome. Maybe that's how why Kennedy. I mean, was she always a cook, or did she like?
She definitely.
Ben Dietitian gave her some.
Ben
good,
definitely
like,
gave some good
kickstarted
tips.
that
Absolutely.
career. You know,
we started making sourdough in our house.
Oh,
we've got
sourdough moms.
We've got 3 starters.
Oh boy.
Yep. I think I made 2 loaves so far.
Okay. How'd they turn out?
They've been doing good.
Okay.
They've risen. They're not solid.
Yeah.
Like they're not like rock hard, but yeah, they've been turn out well.
My sister tried it and she killed hers. So
yeah. The feeding it, I'm like, geez Louise, like I'm like, it's like a child.
Yeah. Well, she was feeding 3 other actual children.
I get like probably more.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair shout. Let's talk about growth of the women's game. And we can go anywhere you want to go here. What I think has been the most exciting for you to watch the sport grow on the women's side from when you were playing to kind of now, and then with a vision to like what's on the horizon, what you see happening. So like what's been the most exciting thing?
I think it's so interesting because when we were in Kansas City at FCKC, it was in the NWSL, but that was also the NWSL at the time in 2015, 2016. Like their games weren't broadcasted. Like it was tough to find. It was on like the NWSL website. That was like a sketchy website at the time. But then like it used to just be the women's national team. Like that was like when everyone was like, oh, like they're a women's national team player. I'm like, there's more pros out there, right? Like I was like questioning. I was like, because I've wanted to play pro for so long. Like, and I was always like, those were the people that you look up to. And now you're looking at players like Tim Wachalinga, Barbara Banda, players that aren't from the United States, but are
killing it.
Waves to the NWSL. I mean, seriously.
Killing it.
And it's so cool, like, seeing other leagues develop. Like, the USL, obviously, is becoming much bigger. And just being able to see, like, ESPN is having, like, NWSL games on. And, like, I hope that USL games are soon to be that, too. Like, they've already been on. Pretty sure they've already been on ESPN, the app, like ESPN Plus, which is awesome. Like we've been able to watch our teammates that played in the USL, and I'm like, what? Like
ESPN Plus, Peacock,
all that, and it's really awesome to be like, I'm waiting for the next step for college soccer to take off. That's a big thing that it's happened with women's basketball. Mm-hmm. It's happened with women's volleyball. Mm-hmm. Like just waiting for the media to find the passion and the excitement in women's college soccer is, I don't think it will happen while I'm here, but I think it is definitely soon within the next 2 to 3 years.
Which, by the way, as a plug, and I will do it and won't make Bella do it. U of A, just for people out there, like you guys are perennial every year, top 10, top 15 in the country on the field. You also, and I don't know that people know this, you guys are also like top 10, top 15 in average attendance.
Yeah.
In the country.
Yeah.
In Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most fun experiences you can have at a sporting event, and it's not going to break your bank.
Oh, no, not at all.
Like season tickets are very reasonable, y'all. And you need to go. You need to go. I was at the Notre Dame game this year.
Yeah.
And it was a late heartbreaker, but
oh man, but that was such a good game.
It was.
Like I was on the sideline at the time just because of injury, and like I was just like the excitement of just like, oh my goodness,
oh,
like,
you're gonna do it.
Yeah, like we feed off of our fans.
Yeah,
like that's such a big thing that you like. Everyone's like, don't go play at Razorback Field. Like don't tell Colby you're gonna go there. It's they call it a bloodbath there, but it truly is like one of the best atmospheres, and it's not because of us. It's because of our fans. And like, granted, yes, there's not a whole like there's really no main pro teams besides minor league baseball here.
No,
like
there's no pro in Arkansas.
This is it, and it's the one place right now that you can come watch high level soccer. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people take advantage of it and a lot of people don't know about it.
Yep.
Which it's the biggest thing. So please come to our games. We love you all. And you guys really make us thrive.
Yes. Seconded. So talk about, I mean, high level, you mentioned it. You have friends that have gone pro. Mm-hmm. What have what have they shared with you on the experiences of what does it mean to be a pro player in the US right now?
Yeah. Right now, like you've got people that like Beeskin like posted on NWSL, like sick stuff. Taylor Malum just is one of, I think, Chicago Stars Iron Woman who plays in every single game. She played every single minute of every single game last year. Which is like, wow, that's a lot. But their love for the game just kind of kept growing. Like, yeah, especially just being able to keep playing. Like, that was the best part is like some of those girls didn't even think they were going to go play pro. And now they're like, I love it. Yeah. Like, it is very much so, who are you sponsored by? And still things like that of like, how can you have the bigger name in the NWSL? And I think a lot of players have done a very good job of just being like, this is what I want to do. And a lot of it is like, I don't want to go work a 9 to 5. Yeah. Like, I can't sit at a desk. Like, I'm going to have to be in something afterwards where I'm up and moving, going and meeting people. Like, I was like, I can't do that.
We're going to have to figure something out.
Yeah. But a lot of them are just like, I just love like being able to like, I'm fit. Yeah. And they're like, it's a great thing that I can do where I'm like, I love playing soccer. Yeah. And a lot of them definitely have like been like, it's growing. Yeah. And like, there's already 2 more teams that have been added to NWSL, more to come. Yeah. Like, I think it definitely is growing and it's progressing pretty fast.
And you've got some teammates that are playing in the Super League too, right? Yeah. Like Kylie's down at Trinity, right?
Yeah,
in Dallas.
She loves that place. Like, she's killing it too. Like, she's one of those players that like, she's going to make the best out of every single situation that she's in. And she truly is. Like, if I would kill to play with her again just because she's such a good teammate.
That's awesome.
And like Kelsey Euler up in Spokane, she's killing it too. We had Ava Tankersley and Kate Doyle. They both played. But yeah, they're all like, it's all growing.
Yeah.
It's sick.
More opportunities, right? I mean, that's what it's about. So talking about more opportunities, talking about getting to that next level, like as kind of our project, Ozark United, we're bringing, men's and women's. So we're going to have a Super League team. Does that do anything for you as a college soccer player? Like, what does that mean, like from that perspective?
Yeah, especially like being in Kansas City. I think obviously the current has changed everything.
Yeah.
Especially just in women's sports in general.
Yeah.
But KU started getting more fans, and then K-State started getting more fans. And people started becoming aware of women's sports and like women's soccer specifically. And I think it's going to be such a great thing when it's here, because of obviously soccer is not the biggest thing right now in Arkansas. And you've got your football, you got your baseball, and you got your basketball. And obviously you have gymnastics, but like an outdoor sport where you can just yell at the top of your lungs for anything, especially for it's one of the longest games you can watch. It's 90 minutes of straight action.
Yeah, no.
So that's where I'm like, why would you not want to come watch this? But I've like growing up in Kansas City and seeing all that, and now Denver getting an NWSL team. It really is a huge thing. And like those teams will like invite like college players to come like play with them in the summer and stuff, and just like get acclimated to it. And I genuinely do think it will bring more people that have the love for soccer to Northwest Arkansas.
And does it like give you, I mean, if you're at the level where you're like, I'm freaking going pro, I don't know if it does anything, but having something tangible right in front of you that's in your backyard where you're playing collegiately maybe gives you a little bit more motivation. I don't know.
Yeah, totally. Like you see those girls that are like in California where there's already 3 NWSL teams there.
Yeah.
They're like, I just signed with Wave. I'm like, that's cool. You're like 3 hours away from that. Must be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome. Especially like even like having like the current, like, it's 3 hours away, but it's like, okay.
Yeah.
They're pulling from college. Like, it's not far away.
No.
But I think definitely like having them here would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like truly would.
Well,
I would want to make more girls play pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, we're working on it.
It's coming. Don't worry.
We're working on it, guys. Well, I really appreciate your time, Bella. I have one final query for you, which is we have a pretty big sporting event happening in the world in June, the World Cup. So who you got? Who you picking? Who's going to win it?
I'm going Yamal in Spain.
Mr. Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
And his fiery haircut.
I mean, watching like him in the Champions League, it's just like,
it's kind of dizzying to like watch and think about, and also think about his age. For people that don't know,
years old. Wow.
18-year-old wonder kid,
rushing the Champions League,
just humiliating,
literally
grown men. Like,
absolutely, yeah. And that's the other thing is like, I think, Allen.
Yeah,
he's gonna take his team. He for sure.
Like, it's the first time they've qualified in a while.
In a minute, yeah.
And it's good. I mean, we can go. I need to have a whole World Cup show, but I'll just have to have you back. Yes. But I don't know that like there's an out and out favorite.
No. For
one of the first World Cups that I can remember. Like usually there's like, okay, prime Messi, prime like Argentina was the fave, or prime Germany, when they won, and Spain in 2010 was Xavi and Iniesta and Busquets, like unreal, right? But there's a lot of kind of I could see them taking it.
Also, like I think the United States has a good shot of like having a good run.
If we don't make it out of our group, to be like super fair, we shouldn't get the World Cup again in a long time.
You have home Home turf.
Home turf. And it's no shot. I'm not trying to take shots at other countries. Like, let's be clear. But I think that you could not have asked for a much better group to like try to get out of
by far
in the World Cup.
Absolutely.
Like, I think that there are far harder groups.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I think the expansion of the 48 teams makes it so that there's not really that group of death anymore.
Yeah,
so, but I don't know. There's one or two that are like definitely tougher than the other ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a ton more to talk about with World Cup. Don't worry, guys. No. We're not going to leave it there. But Spain, okay, that's it. I'll be honest. It's a solid pick. And
then you always got Brazil.
Always threatening.
Or it's just that's one of those teams that's like, what are they going to do next? Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I'll be interested to see about all that.
I'll have to throw a shout out here for our co-founder, Chris Martinovich. He would yell at me if I didn't say it. I mean, you never know what 40-year-old Modric is going to do.
Oh,
like gosh. The greatest midfielder ever, right? Yeah, like truly. Guys, huh?
Truly. What will they do?
I don't know, Chris. I think they're a little over the hill on their average age there, buddy. But it's okay. One can dream. I'll let you dream, man. Anyway, Bella, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Seriously.
This was a lot of fun. We'll have to have you back, and best of luck in your final season, and hope you rehab.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Pitch to Pro podcast. Be sure to tune in again in 2 weeks for the next installment, and check out the Stoppage Time series for a recap of today's episode. Be sure to find us at Pitch to Pro on YouTube, Instagram, and everywhere you get your podcasts. Until next time, Northwest Arkansas, cheers.